footsteps rest over the world where you're hanging weightless on the precipice. I'm going out on a limb where the clouds start to fail, where my heart like a stupid grin. Out on a limb, out on a limb, I'm out on a limb. You used to think I was someone special till you knew my name. Open the doors to invade my castle. Don't you feel it strange? I'm going out on a limb where the clouds start to fail, where my heart like a stupid grin. Out on a limb, out on a limb. one look and now you stare at me the same. You took one look but you played me like a game. You took one look and now you stare at me the same. You took one look but you played me like a game.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Random Championship Series Open Division Aram tournament for today, Thursday, March the 19th. My name is Streeple. I'll be casting alongside Sordo tonight. How you doing tonight, Sordo?
I'm doing good. I mean, this took a while to get up, but
Yeah, having some Riot side login issues here, so taking a little bit to get into the game. But we have our two teams here in the very first round of, like I said, our Open Division, all random, all mid tournament today. We have on the blue side Flippy's Pizzeria, and on the purple side Team Ending Fate. So anything jump out to you from the champions that we've had so far on either side?
I mean, I'm noticing on one side something that's going to be really helpful is the Vigar. With his ability just to stop everyone dead in their tracks. And it's the same thing with the Morgana. She can get a stun off on the enemy team and just basically stop them in their tracks. Give their team a bit of time to get to where they need to be.
Yeah, the Event Horizon, even though, of course, Vigar was nerfed in the recent patch there, they changed how the Event Horizon works, so it's not an instant stun anymore, which used to be pretty broken as an instant stun like that. Now you've got a second to dodge it, but still, as I mentioned every ARAM tournament, with the small ARAM map, there's not really much to run to sidewise, like horizontally, there's not much space, so a Vigar Event Horizon really takes up kind of the whole map. So it will be a good way of stopping the engage coming out from Leona and Malphite, because the Leona and Malphite ulting on top of each other, Leona Zenith Blades in, you've got quite a little kind of good engage combo, and like you said, then Morgana, pretty much everybody's in range for her ultimate once you get that in.
Yeah, I'm noticing now on the blue side, they have two supports versus purple side. They don't have like a true support. I mean, I guess you can consider like Tarek a support, but I mean, he's not like a true support like a Leona or Morgana. And I think that's going to affect them a lot. Whether it be in a good way or bad way, it could go either way. Just depends on the rest of the team.
Yeah, normally what I usually say is whoever has a heal is probably going to do really well on ARAM. But the thing is Tarek probably has the worst heal in the entire game. It really doesn't do much until you scale it up, and then you have to stack AP on top of that, which as Tarek, you don't really want to do that. Tarek, the way his kit is kind of built, is you want to stack armor as well as mana to kind of synergize with the way his kit works. But really, I don't think that his heal is going to be doing that much, where normally if you sell something like a Soraka or a Sona, or even a Nidalee, something with a more effective heal, it'd really, really be strong in the early game, where it's kind of a 5v5 lane phase almost, and really the poke is the most kind of important thing early. So I'm expecting to see some good Tristana bombs, although her range isn't very big that early. Some good Twisted Fate cards. Let's see if we can get a stun on somebody. They could follow up with a Morgana Snare, a Leona Engage. They can really train some CC on top of people on Flippy's Pizzeria, the blue side. But they do have some decent disengage coming out from Team Ending Fate on the purple side as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering what the Darius is actually going to do in this game. Because, I mean, if they get him fed, he will win you a game. But it's also, I'm kind of wondering also about the Malphite, how he's going to build, like, whether he's going to be that big of a factor, or are they going to focus more on the Twisted Fate Fizz, let them get the kills, let them carry the game, and just make everyone just tank whatever they have to throw at them.
Yeah, it seems like my assumption, at least for the blue side, is that they'll have, of course, Malphite and Leona go pretty tanky, and then have them be the engaged front line and have the backup damage coming from Fizz, TF, and Morgana with some snares. Maybe she goes AP, something like that. Because even though Morgana is kind of like half support kind of thing, usually you don't see supports building very supporty on this map, besides a few kind of items you'll see on Summoner's Rift. But I'm expecting to see kind of TF just trying to wave clear early, things like that. Even though Fizz is kind of a bruiser now, I feel like the old Fizz would have worked better on an ARAM map, because you can go in there for those assassinations and be in and out kind of thing, where Bruiser Fizz, you really have to be in the battle for a longer amount of time, and when there's 5 people all crammed together on a map like that, it's pretty hard to kind of get good damage out with getting damage put on you yourself when you're not that assassin type where you burn someone down and then immediately get back out. So we'll see how Simply Sane decides to play this on that Fizz there with the new kind of Bruiser Fizz that's very popular nowadays.
Yeah, I think it's more just going to be like, hey, get in, get your damage, get out, and that's going to win you the game. Because if you're just going to stay there and just take damage, you're going to end up losing the game. You're going to end up feeding the enemy team, and you're going to end up feeding the person that you really don't want fed on that enemy team.
Something really interesting, actually, the blue side here, Flippy's Pizzeria, does not have a single heal, which is quite a good spell on the ARAM map. They've opted to go for 3 Ignites, a Barrier, and an Exhaust. and then flashes for everybody, which is reasonably standard. But really interesting setup. I would have rather them have some sort of heal. I think TF should have taken a heal at least, and then maybe Morgana taking a heal as well. But to each their own. We'll see how well they use these ignites here. They are going to be able to, of course, half the healing coming out from Taric as well. Yorick does a lot of kind of self-healing on top of himself. We'll see if there's any sort of lifesteal built from Darius and Tristana, in which case that ignite will help out and stuff like that. But I really feel like if TS is in range to ignite, he's probably going to be in danger anyways, so I'm not the biggest fan of that summoner choice for Log Boys.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where that's coming from. I like the idea where it's like coming from, and I see like what they're trying to do, because I feel like they just want to get in, get the damage, leave them out a bit, give them enough time to get out, and just hit that ignite, and they can just leave while they slowly die. So it allows them time to get out while still getting the kills and taking less harass in general.
But here's the thing, are you going to be able to actually go in and get that damage off? Because I expect Tristana's going to be shoving waves here pretty fast. You're going to have ghosts being spammed out from Yorick. Veigar has some decent wave clear as well. Again, of course, the Q's change just like his event horizon, so it's going to be way easier to dodge, so less poke, but still really good wave clear. And I feel like there's more wave clear from the side of purple, the purple side, team ending fate there with the Tristana, the Veigar. Even Darius has decent range with his Q. It's kind of split because TF has good wave clear as well, but I really feel like the beginning of the game, it should be team ending fate, kind of shoving the lane out early. The side of Flippy's Pizzeria under their turret, they have to wait until around level 6 when they have the Malphite ultimate, they have the Leona ultimate, and then they can start to get that engage off. The Fizz ultimate works as very well here on this map as well, of course, because it's an Aram map. Once again, small map, easy to hit those skill shot ultimates.
Yeah, I feel it's going to be completely purple-sided until they hit that level 6, until people start to scale up more and they're able to defend themselves. So I wouldn't be that surprised if I see like tier 1 tower gone before they hit 6.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's probably going to be their best strategy, to try and push down really quickly. And Tristana, the new Tristana, is really, really good at sieging turrets, because you can just put her bomb on the turret and then get auto attacks off on that. And by putting the bomb, the E, on the turret, the explosive shot there, it creates a larger explosion range on the turret. Especially on, I keep mentioning this, a map where it's super small like this, the entire team can get hit by that. Also blow up those minion waves really fast.
Yeah, I feel that it's more just, let's see what can happen. Let's see if they're going to actually push, or are they going to elect to just farm up and just let the map play out.
And that's the thing about the Aram map, though, is of course you can't really just delay and farm that long, because you have to die to go back and buy items, really. So if you're ahead in farm, that doesn't matter until you've died and spent those items. So it's really, even though of course we're talking about pushing turrets and things like that, because the map's so small, it's really a team fight kind of game. But the first few levels before level 6 is very lane fight, kind of like you're in the lane phase, really. So you can try and get those turret pushes off and stuff then, but like I said, you have to die to spend the gold you get. So it's going to be interesting to see if they can kind of make use of the farm advantage they'll get before they have to fight, and it's really kind of a free-for-all.
I feel it's all going to depend who wins that first fight, who gets back, spends all their gold, and just comes back and destroys. So it could go either way, really. If purple dies first, okay, they can go spend gold. And if blue dies, okay, we're still going back spending gold, and we can push you all the way, because by then we'll be level 6.
And that is the beauty of the Aram map, is when you do lose a team fight. Here's Logboy's actually getting pulled in there by the Darius E, and he's going to go down first, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Didn't even get to burn his flash there. Simply insane going in there as well. Jumping in with Fizz, flash burn by Veigar, getting out there. Blue laser beams has the ignite put on him, but that's not really doing much right there. And that is going to be the first kill of the game, going over to team ending fate.
Yeah, that was a very, very good stun by Bone. They couldn't do anything. They went too far up on a team that can just wave clear so quickly. It just was not a smart play to do.
And the thing is TF died, and we mentioned when you die, you can spend your gold, but he had no money to spend there, so I think he just picked up an extra pot, or didn't even buy anything because he had no gold. So that's pretty much a death traded for nothing, and Darius will be able to buy himself something nice once he does eventually die. And because it's the Aram map, you kind of have to strategically die sometimes, but here's Malphite getting a little bit of poke from Darius in the front line from the bush. Good bush control so far by team ending fate.
Yeah, they're going to keep pushing up towards that tower, try to get as much damage as they can on it before they hit level 6, of course. And just try to just choke out the blue team until that level 6. Because until then, they can't really do anything.
Good job by Vygar throwing the Event Horizon down so that Leona was trapped inside of it, so if she walked away from all the damage that was going under, she would have been stunned and taken the damage regardless. So she just has to stay inside of the Event Horizon and just gets free damage traded on her anyways. So really good job by Team Ending Fate. Like you mentioned before, Bone Lost Noob there was the one who really kind of set up that kill with these Vygar stuns. They're super hard to dodge, even though they're not instant like they used to be.
Yeah, on Vygar, if he can get you inside that Event Horizon, you're going to take damage. You're going down to about half health. Because you just can't get out of it without taking that harass, whether it's by the Vygar or by the rest of the team.
And that almost seems to be like how they're using the Vygar stun nowadays, the Event Horizon rather, is because it's not instant. It used to be used where you'd throw it down and you'd want to hit the person on the edge, so it's an immediate stun. Where nowadays you kind of want to trap them in the middle there, which is really interesting there. You can see kind of the adaptation in style as the champion was changed. It really is kind of a new Vygar nowadays because you have to land skill shots and things like that. It's much harder to be successful on that 100-0 burst champion.
Yeah. I mean, Vygar, I believe, on Aram is one of the better champions, especially if you know your team and you know what you're doing. You can just say, hey, if I get him stunned on the corner, I'm just going to kill him myself. But if I get him stuck in the middle, you guys go in, you guys can kill him. It doesn't really matter.
There comes out the Vygar stun as well, Darius having to flash away, Purple Man taking a bunch of damage as he was low health from earlier, but they're kiting back now, the Team Ending Fate is. But they played that perfectly. What they did is they had Tarek get the target stun. Like, he might go down here, he gets stunned again by Tarek, popping the barrier to keep himself alive there, Summoner Spell burnt. But really good job there. What we did is, of course, they had the Tarek use the target spell, the target stun, to stun Twisted Fate. Darius runs up, gets the easy pull on the stun target. They get their squishiest, highest priority member, which is that Twisted Fate. He's the one that has the most wave clear and can keep them from losing turrets early.
Yeah, I like what they did. They focused directly on the Darius because they know he's going to do damage if he gets in there. And it's, I don't know. The purple side, they just need to continue to push because now it's getting to the point where blue is starting to be able to push out and they're starting to be able to team fight because they've scaled correctly.
Well, once they hit level 6 here, they'll actually have the ultimates and possibly be able to get an engage off, because right now, really the only engage they have is kind of Fizz jumping in, or they landing a Morgana snare, or Leona Zenith blading in, but she would probably just die pretty much immediately once she went in, so they're kind of waiting for that Malphite ultimate to have that follow-up as well. If they can land both of the tanks' engages at the same time, they might be able to take out the high-priority targets like Vygar and Tristana, and if they do that, there's not much damage left on the side of Team Ending Fate, the purple side, to finish off the team fight. But here's an engage on Purple Man already. He's getting stunned up, double stunned so far. He's going to break himself out there, probably has some tenacity masteries in there, but simply insane. Getting pulled back by Darius, has to flash away. He does have the Tristana bomb on him, so he's going to take some damage, and boom, there's the explosion coupled with the Darius coming and getting the damage. Purple Man gets blown up as well, flashes away, but still goes down. Log Boy's underneath the turret, going to try and get a stun off, gets the yellow card after slugging it for a little while, but Morgana is still under the turret there. The Ghost from the Yorick ult still chasing him behind there, but TF will stay alive, just barely, but he's going to have super low HP and super low mana, and this might be an early turret here for purple side.
Yeah, that was a very, very bad engage on the side of Simple. Like, as a Fizz, you can get in and you can get out, but in this case they have so much CC, you can't really do that. You gotta play back and you gotta wait until the team gets them low to just jump in and do your damage.
And here's the thing, is Simply Sane is building AP Fizz, which as we mentioned before, AP Fizz is nowhere near as good as he used to be. It's really all about Bruiser AD Fizz nowadays, and the fact that he's not building that, he's really already limiting the champion. So pretty much you've just got an extremely weak AP Fizz on this map. As I mentioned before, he could get in and do the damage. Fizz without his ult nowadays, and AP Fizz without his ultimate is pretty much useless. He does very, very little damage. So I really don't know why Flippy's Pizza didn't wait until they all hit level 6 and then had a coordinated ultimate fest team fight, which is what they're going to try and do now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at Darius right now, he's building...
Here we go, there's the engage from Leona, jumping onto Aram and immediately gets blown up. Tristana, huge damage coming out of the Log Boys, gets killed in the back. Darius going down as well. Onya one hit, York dying in the front line. And this is the engage that we needed from Flippy's Pizzerias on the purple side. They land a snare, Morgana, beautiful snare, gets the ignite off as well. 4 people going down, blue laser beams getting turret dove, and he might go down in the back line. There's Fizz diving through. He's got barely enough damage to get the kill. No, he didn't get the auto attack off. What are you doing, Fizz? Just kill him, What do you know? Simply Sane goes down, blue laser beam picks up the kill under the turret. 2-0-3 Tarek, the only man left on Team Ending Fate on the purple side.
Yeah, there comes those ignites back in to just save the blue team. That I don't think they wanted to dive all the way in.
Well, Simply Sane could have gotten that kill if he had just auto-attacked him right there, but unfortunately he got really scared by the turrets and decided to back off. Blue laser beams too threatening as a shiny blue gem knight.
Yeah, that was a very good fight. And like you said, immediately, once they got those ults, they're like, alright, switch is on, let's just get down to that tower. But now they're getting pushed back, which is alright. Let them ults come back, and then just go back in and do the same thing again.
Yeah, and as I said before, this is the beauty of the Aram map, is because now that the purple side has died, they lost the team fight, they can spend all the money they earned from the previous team fight, so now it's going to kind of even the game back up, the ebb and flows of the Aram map. There's not going to be the same ultimate train for Philippines Pizzeria. We'll see if Team Ending Fate can take advantage of this small timing window.
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at kills right now, if you look at the blue side, the only person that is really important that has killed, well, none of the important people have kills. Morgana has kills, and unless she's building really AP and she's able to do the damage and she's able to hit those skill shots, those 2 kills are not going to come into effect. Like, I don't know.
Well, I actually think it's going to be a really good idea to actually not, because they're really not kind of deciding who to put the kills on. They're just getting as many kills as they can right now. Good black shield from Morgana to keep Simply Sane alive. He would have died there from the Darius pull. But Morgana is sitting on 3.3k gold, so when she does die, eventually she'll be able to go back and finish her Zonias, which means the potential for a 5-man Morgana ultimate. It means more potential for the ultimate train coming out from the blue side, Flippy's Pizzeria. But there's the stun coming in on Purple Man again. Good damage, Event Rising hitting as well. More damage from Vygar, the Ignite used, but there's the Engage, the Zenith Blade coming, as well as the Fizz ult coming in. There's a huge Malphite ultimate as well, hitting up 3 people. Tristana jumps away in the back line. Let's see if only one hit can get away. No, there's the ultimate coming out from Morgana, enough to get him before the laser breaks. Blue laser beam in the back line. There's the flash as well. They pull in Simply Sane, but he uses the E to get away. Playful Trickster going to keep himself safe. Good damage from Log Boys at the end of the fight on Arab. But no, he's going to get stunned up. This could be bad actually for Log Boys. Huge damage being traded in by that Vygar.
Yeah, at the beginning of that fight, it looked really, really sketchy, them going in and trying to get those kills. But I mean, hey, it worked out into their favor. And now they're just pushing them under tower.
Yeah, exactly, and the thing about the... Oh, wow, beautiful snipe by the Q there. Yeah, Vygar kind of walked himself into that, unfortunately. I think Log Boys wasn't expecting that to happen, but hey, free kills there. That's why you throw out the TF cards. And Underworld Twisted Fates, I've said this before, there's certain skins where the skill shots are harder to dodge. There's certain skins where whatever kind of texture they have on them will mess up some people's computers. So actually skins will give you an advantage sometimes, and Underworld TF is one of those champions. Super hard to see his cards, his Q cards, so it's really hard to dodge.
Underworld is Illuminati confirmed. Don't worry about it.
It's true, man. It's one of those skins where you think like, oh, this game's not pay to win, but sometimes you get a little bit of an advantage sometimes when you do pay. And Underworld TF has that advantage, so I think that Vygar was kind of, unfortunately, a victim of that skin advantage, because those cards are super hard to see compared to the nice colorful ones. But there's a stun coming on Event Horizon as well. The Black Shield gets immediately burnt through, and Tarek is going to get the stun, but that's going to be a pull onto Tarek. Actually, pulling him out, excuse me, Malay might go down in the backline. He does have the Tristana Bomb. No, it's not enough damage to finish him off. Yes, it is! Oh my goodness! The actual burn damage, the bleed coming out from Darius, and there's a huge Darius Q underneath the turret. Simply Sane is going to go down, jumping away as Tristana. She was tanking the turret, but now it's on Onya one hit. He's going to go down there. The ultimate resurrecting himself, see if he can get enough damage on Log Boys to get the kill with these ghouls. Can he get the kill off? Log Boys going down, Purple Man going down there. It's a murder fest. Hero Ace is going to kill himself to take this turret, which is the right idea. Go back and buy, and Arab Money's going to die as well. Oh, no, but actually Darius died to Morgana. That was a huge blunder right there. Well played, though, by Tristana. Arab Money going back to get himself some nice spells. You want to be executed, so well played. Unfortunately, Darius, a couple seconds too early.
Yeah, that was a very, very good fight by Purple. They were just able to connect on every single level and just get all those kills. And it puts Blue at such a disadvantage. Now they're tower down. The gold's still somewhat the same, but they're going to be in such a hole.
Oh, that was a bad idea, unfortunately, by Simply Sane going in there. You do not want to try and one-shot a blue laser beam Tarek right there. He's got a lock of the Iron Solari. He does go down there, unfortunately, but he's got a locket of the Iron Solari, and he's got his Spectre's Cowl. As an AP Fizz, who only has the Seeker's Arm Guard and Sork Boots finish, there's no way you're going to even remotely take that Tarek down. Tarek, easy peasy kill on Simply Sane, and this is what I was talking about before. AP Fizz is a shell of what it used to be, and we're seeing that in this game right now. The old Fizz would be wrecking face in this game.
It was kind of odd for me. that the Tarek went back in. He should have just left with the amount of HP.
Well, he wanted to go by. That's the thing, is people are so greedy to spend all of that gold, and that's what's so ridiculous about the Aram map, is people will die on purpose because they're just like, I don't care, I want to spend my money. So it's really that balancing act, like you said. Is that too early or too late for him to die?
Yeah, I mean, I would have probably waited. He's tanky enough that he can just live. He can sustain himself. And he should have just waited till you push them back and just execute himself, not give the other team gold. Because now you put him back in the game a bit, and it just shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, the thing that they do have that's nice, though, is everybody is back up at full HP and full mana, and that's the other thing you have to take into account when dying, is when you have very low HP and very low mana, you have no kill potential in the team fight. You have to just stay back and be kind of useless, and as a frontline tank like Tarek, being back up at full HP, full mana is very helpful. He's going to get a stun here on Purple Man, but he did get the boots as well, which actually is really, really underrated on someone like Tarek, who has no sort of gap close whatsoever. All he has to do is rely on his movement speed and his flash, so having a little bit more movement speed, even though it's just tier 1 boots, is going to be very, very helpful for these fights, especially since the map is elongated now that, of course, the first tier turret's down.
Yeah, I mean, it'll give him some escape, and it'll just help the team out in general.
I believe that it probably was mostly for the health regen, because like you said, there was no actual like real item spike he got from it. It was mostly just pieces of items, where usually if you are going to kill yourself, you want it for an actual item spike. Like when Tristana killed herself, she got the Infinity Edge on her way back, which is a great item spike for her, so that's perfect timing. But we'll see if it pays off here for Tarek with his full HP and his boots and Kindle Gem for some nice CDR as well. And Vygar stun kind of going down for disengage, I think. I think he was expecting some sort of an ultimate from the purple, or the blue side rather.
I like the way you put it. It's better off just to, if you're gonna die, die for a good cause. Don't die to buy bits and pieces of things. 'Cause that, though it's useful.
Oh, but Black Shield, sorry, from Shadow immediately flashes in with the ultimate, but everybody is out of range. Was not enough movement speed. I think she's zoning just a little bit too early there, prematurely, but there's the ultimate hitting 3 people in the backline, like it. Huge damage coming in. We'll see if they can get the follow-up right now. In the backline, though, Darius is zoning out 2 people. Vygar will go down from the Fizz, jumping, and he's chasing Tristana. We'll see if he's enough chase. Tarek and Yorick are running so slowly, trying to peel for their AD carry, and they will catch up. Simply Sane might go down here. No, he gets the health relic, but now there's the dunk. Coming in from Basketball Darius, slamming down the net. That's going to be Purple Man going down. And as you mentioned before, Darius being so strong was able to zone out that backline. There's the flash stun. Oh, beautiful Black Shield from Shadow. Shadow's been on point, and the snare underneath the turret. That could be Arab Bunny going down there. No, he's going to pop the heal, just barely survive. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Shadow's been playing so well with his snares and Black Shields, but does not get rewarded in the end of that team fight.
Yeah, Darius is a monster, especially with that skin. I believe it's still Illuminati. Just comes in, come on and slam, welcome to the jam up in this, and just destroys the entire team. That's a good snare, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Shadow's been on point all game with his snares, but being turret dove right here by Onya one hit. I think Onya one hit just wants to give up his life to get himself some mana back, maybe buy something nice for himself, but his team takes down the inhibitor. During that time, there's the TF ultimate coming in, and there is going to be a good disengage Event Horizon, forcing kind of weird pathing out of the blue side, but there's... Oh, stun actually landing on Tristana. I'll see if she can make it away. She grabs the health relic. Can Leona engage? The ult from Fizz landing on a Tarek. They might want to try and turn this actually, unless they want to just sacrifice Tarek. There's the engage on a Vygar, though. They need to decide what they want to do, one or the other. Just pick one. And Tristana trying to kite away, do some damage while she's going Morg, just barely missing the stun. Blue has been trying to dodge it actually, Simply Sane jumping away with his playful trickster, and they are going to just be content to trade damage right now. But without the wave until they get there. Oh, good damage coming out, and actually heal being popped there. Oh no, that was just a Tarek heal, excuse me. So Tarek actually leveling up his heal. He leveled up his heal second or first. So good job by Tarek knowing that on an Aram map, it's probably one of the only situations where it's worth it to actually level up your heal before your other abilities.
I feel like with Blue, if they get an ace or they get for like 3 for 4 or something, they pull out ahead, they're gonna get back to that.
Counter engage though, Leona jumping back in and the counter Malphite ultimate. But he gets moved back super far. Tristana jumping away in the back line. We'll see if she can kite away from Leona, but nope, Leona blows her up, gets the kill. Simply Sane is going to go down though, and unfortunately, the story of this game has just been the front line is being kind of 1v2'd, 1v3'd by Darius, and then all the other tanks on the purple side just kind of peel for the back line and everyone dies, and it just seems purple side is winning each of these team fights.
Yeah, they just have way too many tanks, and like I said, Blue, they have basically 3 supports. They have 1 tank, a Morgana, that's American Sniper apparently, and Leona, that's another tank. You don't have enough damage, because you kill the Fizz, you kill the Twisted Fate, what do you have left? You have a dead team.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Morgana, that's usually why she is played more in the top role and support role than something like mid, is because she does damage, sure, when she lands her binding, when she has someone sitting in her tormented soil, when she lands a good ultimate. If she doesn't land those things, where's the damage coming from, like you said? So she is 7-1-7, playing really well right now, but unfortunately, it's not enough to keep her team in this game, even though they are almost tied in gold, tied in kills right now. They're still just losing in actual objectives. They're losing the end of the team fights. They're staying alive. Their backline is, but Darius, like I said, is doing a good enough job of zoning them out. Their front line dies, and they eventually kind of just slowly lose the team fights, even though they're going close to even.
Well, I mean, if you look at the gold right now, Morgana is sitting on almost 3k gold. Like, she needs to die and get that big item spike just to be able to keep this team contending, to get them to that tower. They're focusing, I feel, on kills, on trying just to survive. They need to focus on getting those objectives.
You're absolutely right. You have to strategically die, and like you said, this is kind of the predicament you get in, is Shadow's in that place right now where he needs to spend and get that kind of spike for his team to win these fights, but he doesn't want to die and give up objectives, and they've kind of backed themselves into a corner here. There's the ultimate coming from Simply Sane, big damage coming out, but it's not going to be nearly enough. As we said before, Fizz is just not the same Fizz as he used to be. That would have been way more damage before, but Yor heals it up easy peasy, and they're going to be trying to grab this objective, but they jump in on Darius. Darius having to heal and jump out the back line. Beautiful Malphite ultimate hitting up 3 people, 2 of the Squishy members as well, but Darius picking up the Dunk ultimate, and they just don't have the follow-up once the tanks go in. They don't have that Wombo combo, and Simply Sane hasn't been kind of using his Fizz ultimate in conjunction with the Leona ultimate, in conjunction with the Malphite ultimate, to dive that back line. He's been a little bit too over-aggressive. There's the slam again, like we said. Darius, that skin is just doing so much damage. It's ridiculous right now, and he's picked up all of the MR he needs, which is really the other problem that I saw with kind of going AP Fizz here, is you have no AD. You have no AD carry. You needed to send somebody AD because they've just stacked up MR, and it's really hard to close out on that Wombo combo teamfight ultimate train when your other team just has everything they need to defend against it and not get one shot.
Yeah, Darius just came in. I'm Michael Jordan up in this. Let me slam on like 3 different people. Granted, he gets Zonia on 2 of the 3 ults, but then comes in, ults Twisted Fate. Okay, I'm posterized in you. And just the rest of the team just gets destroyed by everyone else. And it's kind of sad to see that. But when the dice rolls and gives you 3 supports, there's nothing you can really do.
And that is kind of the thing about all random on mid. It's Aram. It's just random. It's for fun, and that's why we have these tournaments. Is because anyone can win. It's kind of a roll of the dice, like you said. Depends on what team comp you get. Depends what's going on in that specific matchup. But thank you guys so much for watching. We're the Random Championship Series. You can find us on our website, randomcs.com, our Facebook, ari.cs, ari-like-the-champion.cs. You can sign up for our RCS newsletter there on Facebook, so don't miss any upcoming events and giveaways and wonderful things like that. Hopefully we're still here on the stream. We're getting messages saying that having to relog and things like that. We're having riot problems, unfortunately, of course, like everyone is, so we're having to deal with that throughout the night. But while we're waiting here to get the next game started, please go over to our Facebook page, ari.cs, like the champion. Sign up for our RCS newsletter. Just scroll down to the bottom on the left-hand side. You'll see our little RCS newsletter button. Click that, and you'll be kept up to date on all of our wonderful giveaways and upcoming events. Speaking of which, we have a 1v1 tournament on March the 27th, hosted by Ashlyn Rose and Morning Bacon, and we're going to have tons of great prizes. We're going to have huge chat prizes. We're going to give away Steam games, RP cards, Razer mouse pads, all that kind of crazy stuff. So mark your calendars. March 27th, our 1v1 ARAM tournament, or 1v1 tourney, sorry, excuse me, it's 1v1. It will be on the ARAM map, but it's a 1v1 tournament. It's not random. You get to pick your champions. So check out that on randomcs.com. My name is Streetball. You can find me on www.randomcs.com/streetball. Links to my coaching page, all that kind of cool stuff. Casting alongside Sordo tonight. We'll be in the next lobby very shortly. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be right back.
See you guys.
Those days when things were new. Those days when I had you. Oh, take my hand and remind me what we used to believe and dream to be. Oh, take my hand now and find it. We are the dream. We are the dream.
Alright, hello everybody. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. Because of the problems with the login servers Riot is having, we actually have a bunch of people on our staff that can't log in, as well as some people in the actual tournament itself. So we're going to have to unfortunately call the stream for tonight. We just don't have any way of actually getting the stream to you guys right now with these login problems. Hopefully Riot will fix these, but unfortunately the rest of the tournament will not be streamed. We're going to get it done kind of behind the scenes and hopefully have everybody finish their games and all that good stuff before we end the night here and have this tournament go through. But unfortunately this will be the end of the stream. We're going to have to call it right now. I'm sorry guys, it's unfortunately nothing we can do out of our hands. It's on Riot's end, unfortunately. And we will be having, of course, our tournament, our Aram mini tournament tomorrow night. Same start time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. So please make sure you show up for that. It's just our Aram mini tournament. It's just a lower elo, so they get a chance at the Aram tournament without having to face against the Diamonds and Challengers and all that kind of stuff. Face people in their own bracket and all that good stuff. So please show up for that tomorrow. That is going to be Friday, of course, March the 20th. 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Once again, very sorry, you guys. We're only able to bring one game to you today, but unfortunately, like I said, on Riot's end, we're having a lot of login issues, so we don't really have any way to bring you the stream currently, unfortunately. So, unfortunately, guys, this is going to be us signing off tonight. Anything to say before we kind of close this off, unfortunately, Sardio?
I mean, there's nothing really we can do. I'm really
Yeah.
sorry, guys. This is my first cast, and it kind of sucks that I can only cast for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But Riot, you gotta love them.
What
But,
can we do?
Yeah, I mean, we'll be back here tomorrow. I don't know if I will, but
Yeah, I don't believe that's sort of where I will be casting tomorrow, but actually both of us will be casting Saturday's tournament as well. So it's same start time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. It is going to be our Platinum Division, and Platinum Under, that is, our Summoner's Rift tournament, our regular 5v5. So please show up for that. Both Sordo and I will be casting that together on Saturday night, so please make sure you guys tune in for that, and we will actually be able to get a real cast off with multiple games and a full tournament and all that good stuff. But again, Friday as well, Aram Mini. Show up for that, same time as always. It's the same kind of channel on Twitch. You can go to randomcs.com/live, and that'll take you directly to our Twitch page. Please make sure you give us a follow on Twitch, randomcs.com/live, or of course twitch.tv/randomchampionship-series. It's just a shorter link for you guys to go to randomcs.com/live. It'll take you right to our Twitch page. Please give us a follow so you know when we're broadcasting and have all of our tournaments and cool events and stuff. Like I said, just one more time, March 27th is our 1v1 tournament with huge prizes for the chat, Steam games, RP cards, Razer mouse pads, all that kind of cool stuff. March 27th, our big 1v1 tournament event. Thank you guys so much for watching. Unfortunately, we're going to have to call it early, but we'll be back tomorrow night, so show up for that. My name is Streetball. You can find me on my coaching and all that kind of stuff at randomcs.com/streetball. You can also go to randomcs.com and click the About the RCS tab to find out about all of our casters and all of our staff members if you'd like to talk to them or apply for a position. Anything you want to do, ask us all the questions, randomcs.com, and go to About the RCS tab. You can click our upcoming events tab as well to see all of our upcoming tournaments and giveaways and all that kind of cool stuff. Make sure you're staying informed. Thank you guys so much for watching. Unfortunately, gonna call it. So have a good night, guys. This is Streetball signing off. Have a good one.
see you guys.